Hello. It's my first time doing one like alone. Okay. So what's happening?
Congrats on the win, Doug Vasquez, Sports Illustrated.
Thank
Obviously, the lead up to this fight, there was a lot of goodwill between you and Gina, and I think the fight ended the way pretty much everybody was expecting it to end. But with all that goodwill, did it ever run through your mind, maybe I'll let her stand and trade with me for just a little bit?
No, not at all. Why would I do that? my husband and my kids are watching, you know, like I come from judo, maximum efficiency, minimum effort. You know, I told her, I said I wanted to try and, you know, give you guys a rowdy special tonight, and fortunately that's what I was able to do.
And then just speak about how much this fight and how much Gina means to you, because obviously you shared the embrace. There was all this stuff all week. What does she mean to you as a person in your career?
Man, I mean, she's the only person who could have brought me into MMA, and the only person who could have brought me back. I all of this like prosperity in my life and success that I've had, like financially, all of that, it's thanks to her. I would have been hustling for judo clinics if it wasn't for her. But yeah, she just helped me like rekindle my love for this again. You know, I used to feel like such a huge wave of relief after a win, and I didn't even feel that at all tonight because I wasn't stressed out. I didn't have all this anxiety weighing on me again. And it was through this fight camp I kind of figured out the way I should have been doing it all along. And that's like another gift that she gave to me, was this experience. This last year and a half has been so fun. I've had such a great time. It's the best camp of my life, and I'm so glad I got to end it like this.
And then last one for me, obviously there was a talk from the very first moment this fight was announced. You were very outspoken against your old organization, the UFC, and Hunter Campbell. I don't know if you know, but it seems like there was a little bit of gamesmanship on their part tonight. They announced Conor and Max rematch during Francis Ngannou's walkout. What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, it's kind of catty. But it also shows that, you know, that they see MVP MMA as a threat, that they would, you know, do it in that moment and spend like do it at that time. So I feel like it's also a compliment because it elevates MVP MMA and makes they're declaring that they see us as a real rival. And I think that's such a compelling story, and now they're helping us tell it.
Ronda Oscar Willis with Mac Life. Part of this story for this fight was you being able to reclaim MMA from the ending that you had with the UFC and have a new relationship with it. After tonight and how special it was for you and this whole build-up, are you able to look back at your time 10 years ago in a different light now, or will that always be sort of locked away and this is how this individual moment is how you want to remember MMA?
I think, yeah, it's completely just changed my relationship with the sport. I feel like I was telling Trav afterward, like I feel like a ghost was banished, and it's just lifted a weight off of me that I didn't realize I was still carrying in that way. And yeah, this is exactly what I needed, and that was closure.
I saw in Brett's article that you have like no UFC memorabilia or any mention of your time in the sport hanging up at your house. Is this one of those moments you can maybe put on the wall?
I don't know. I always kind of thought it was weird. Like in judo, you would see people that their house was like a shrine to themselves, and I thought it was kind of like odd, you know. But the commission gave me like a framed like little sheet or something, like the official commission sheet. I might put that somewhere. I don't know. But I'm not like going to go out of my way to like make and frame something to be like, look how cool I am. I know. I need more room for like baby art.
Right over here. David with Fight We're Live, and congratulations on the performance. You said at the very beginning of your career that you want to retire undefeated, and you could have done that. You became bigger than the sport, but you took so many risks in your career. You fought when you were taken in 50 million different directions. It seems like you now retire better than when you found the sport. Do you feel that vindication that and in contrast to your original idea about retiring undefeated, is this a storybook ending that you wanted?
I think this is much better than retiring undefeated. I think I didn't really learn until I went into pro wrestling and saw that if you retire with the title, you take all of that equity with you, and it would have been to the detriment of the division if I did that. And I think that's part of one reason why the 145-pound division is gone in the UFC, because it retired with Amanda, and I think it needs to be passed on, and that was a really selfish goal for me to have, and it was I'm glad that I was that my equity was able to live on past me and continue to give credibility to the division. And if I retired undefeated, I would have taken the credibility with me. And so it was the best thing for the sport.
And do you plan on sticking around? Because, again, you're such a polarizing figure, and you can do so much good. You could do even more. And it's selfish for me to ask, but are you planning on sticking around MVP? And do you have to beg?
I don't know. We'll see how tonight did. We'll see if they want to continue. And I don't know. I'll see what kind of role they would have in mind for me, and if that fits with my plans for the future.
Ronda back here, Andreas Hale, ESPN. Kind of piggybacking off of that, because you did play the role of promoter this weekend. How did it feel to be able to promote an event, and the idea of being a mouthpiece for MVP? They said they want to continue to do this. Is that something that interests you after you have babies, of course?
It's interesting. I don't know if I can really commit to it, because I don't really know exactly what that would entail. How much they would want me to be around, how much they would want from me. But it would definitely, if it could somehow fit with my time with my family. We're going to be moving to Hawaii, and so it depends on how much of a time commitment they would need from me. But if there's a way to make it work, I'd be open to figuring something out.
Last one for me. I mean, kind of going off of that as well, is maybe it's not as much of a commitment of time as just being a face of this company and helping promote. Is that something that you could do if it's not that much of a time, knowing that you can help the future of MMA by helping basically a competitor to your old company?
Sorry, people freaking keep calling me. Sorry, what was the question again? I'm so sorry. I'm going to put this on Do Not Disturb. This is distracting me.
That's what happens when you win.
I know, right? You get blown up.
No, I was saying, if it's not that much of a time commitment, just being a mouthpiece or on social media or whatever it is, because ultimately you're helping build something that is a second option for fighters who didn't have an opportunity to fight somewhere else and make some good money before. Is that the part that interests you the most about this?
Yeah, I think that that the UFC needs competition. It's the best thing for them, and I mean, I think MVP would be the best organization for that role. And I want to help, but yeah, I forgot. I don't even have weed as an excuse this time. Yeah, it is, baby. I'm even getting the second hand right now. But yeah, I think even if I don't stick around, I really hope that MVP does in MMA, because I think it's important. And this event, it was incredible, and it breathed new life into the sport, and just like it just felt like the magic was back. Like Burt Watson gave all of us like a pep talk yesterday at the weigh-in, and everybody was like circled around together, and it felt like we were really coming together, that this is the spearheaded by the fighters. And I think it's important, and yeah, I would love to help, but I think they could do it without me, just not as well. Because one thing I realized throughout this, I'm like, man, I'm really fucking good at promoting, and I was actually having a good time with it. So, but I don't know. I just know it from the role of a fighter. I don't know it from the role of a promoter. So I guess we'll just have to see.
Ronda here, Josh Gross with SureDog. Just wondering about today. Did it feel like getting back on a bicycle? Sort of how different was this at all, or how familiar was it for you?
It did feel like getting back on a bicycle, but it was so different because I just didn't have as much anxiety as usual. Like usually I would try to have a silent locker room and be like serious and all this stuff. And I was fucking just blasting Tupac on the way to the arena and going through my old neighborhood and just having just a great time. I mean, like, man, I'm fucking great at this and I'm going to fucking kill it. And this is the last time I'm going to be able to experience this. And, I was just taking it all in for the first time instead of just powering through it. And I'm so glad that I got to experience it the right way, even though it was just once before the end.
You're no stranger to attention. You've had the biggest platforms. You've participated with them. Netflix, what would you say that relationship was the experience for you? What did you get out of this Netflix partnership? Because everyone knows who Ronda Rousey is. So did they elevate you in any particular way? What do you think Netflix can do for mixed martial arts?
Oh, I mean, the production for this has just been incredible. Like the countdowns that they did. I mean, the press conferences, even the weigh-in. If you looked at the arena and the cage, just the monitors on the platform, it just they did Netflix made everything like A-class all the way, every step of the way. Like they went all in, and just with advertisements and the Randy's Donuts, and we partnered with Capcom to make Street Fighter themed shirts. Like I miss cool MMA shirts. I'm so glad we got to do something like that. And it was just I think what Netflix brings to the table is they really put the effort into making this one event feel like a premier event, and just everything was like the best it could be all the way.
Hey, Rana, congratulations on the victory back here. So when Nikisa was in here earlier, he said that you guys don't even know about the injury that Ronda Rousey went into this fight with. So he was like, I'll let her describe it. So was that a parting gift that MMA gave you, that you weren't even healthy going into your final fight?
Well, yeah, I sprained my ankle or foot pretty bad 2.5 weeks ago. But, it just made me think of when my first injury as a kid. I broke my big toe in judo, and my mom made me run laps around the mat for the rest of the night. And she said, you don't know if you're going to get hurt on the most important day. You could get hurt the day of the Olympics. So you could get hurt when it really matters. And you need to know that your body listens to you, not the other way around. And man, I was like, thanks for the trauma, mama. Yeah, because right when it happened, I'm like, I had 2.5 weeks left. And I'm like, well, looks like I'm doing this with my ankle messed up. And, but I basically have never had a fight where I wasn't injured in some way. I didn't ever pull out of a fight because I'd never been injured. I never pull out of a fight because I always fight anyway. And so that's just part of it. And when it happened, I'm like, this is part of it, and I'm the fucking best at this. I pushed through, and but yeah, I definitely was trying real hard not to look hurt at the open workout. I was definitely trying not to look like I was holding myself back, and I really re-aggravated it again. And yeah, I had to dig deep this week. And I was trying so hard not to limp, and at the weigh-ins, it was in the morning. It's usually the worst in the morning. In the morning, I was like trying so hard not to visibly limp in front of people. So, but hey, I slipped it in there. I got it done. I got it done anyway, and no one was really the wiser. So, but I think that's just part of performing at the highest level. You have to push through.
I don't know how much you'll have to say on this one, but obviously so much of the talk building up to this one was on fighter compensation and just the revenue split. And then you had even told me that it was, a goal of yours to set new standards, for women's MMA and women's combat sports. What can you say about your compensation for this fight? And the number came out from the California State Athletic Commission, but we don't know if that's, all of it or a portion of it. What can you say about your compensation for this?
My compensation? Well, I was compensated not just for my fighting services, I also was promoting this event as well. So I think it's literally on the contract that I'm not supposed to tell people, but I'm very, I'm very happy and very grateful, and me and my husband are gonna go house shopping in Hawaii after this.
And then last thing, you said your phone was going off. I'm very curious. Are any of those from Dana White? Did you hear from Dana White since the fight?
He did send me a text this morning. He sent me a text and he said good luck, and that he hopes me and Gina kill it. And I just told him how much it meant to me to hear that from him. And he's been an incredible friend to me, and I'm here because of him. And I am eternally grateful, and I really appreciate him, giving me his blessing to go out and do this on my own.
Congratulations again.
Thank you. Great article, by the way.
Jorge Alonso, BroBible.com. There were a lot of great fights tonight. Mike Perry, Nate Diaz, Francis Ngannou. I know you were busy tonight, but did you get to watch anything backstage?
Yeah, I was warming up at the same time, but I was peeking over.
Any thoughts on the fights tonight?
I love that we had so many finishes, and I'm really, really proud of how everybody did, and I'm so incredibly grateful to Francis and Nate and Mike and Felipe for sharing that top spot with me and Gina. They can definitely headline without anybody else, and the kind of humility that they show to share that top spot with us, it's really humbling, and it's such an honor, and I'm so grateful to them, and I feel like for all the fights that I saw on the card tonight, it reignited my love for MMA again, watching it as a spectator. It was a great time, and so I saw some great performances.
All right, last one for me. You talked about changing the MMA landscape. John Jones was here tonight. He talked on the broadcast about wanting to get out of his contract to fight Francis Ngannou. I just want to say, do you have a message for him or any thoughts on that situation?
I mean, I think it would be incredible to promote the two of them, but yeah, I mean, it is such a shame that he's stuck where he's at, and I feel like if you're an independent contractor, you should be able to be independent, and I think it's unfair that he's not paid as an employee, but he can't go out and work for whoever he wants. It's I don't know. I just feel like it's wrong to hold him hostage like that. And I don't know how long is left on his contract, but do you know? 3 years. Yeah, it's a shame. I feel like if you're an independent contractor and you're not an employee, that you should be able to fight wherever you want. But that's not up to me.
Ronda, congratulations over here. Congratulations on your performance tonight. I've had the honor of covering your career through the UFC, so I was personally really excited to see you come back. So congratulations. I just want to ask though, you've been an athlete your whole life, a competitor. You want to have another baby now, but after that, do you foresee a moment where that competitive sort of mindset comes back in, and there's something, whether it's MMA, whether it's boxing, whether it's any other form of sport you foresee yourself wanting to do in the future? In other words, are we going to get to see you compete again at some point in something?
Oh, man, it's just, well, thinking like 2 more babies. But oh God, that's the thing that sucks. I'm just so good at everything. It's like there's just, I feel like there's just a point where you could always do more, and but I would totally kick ass at combat jujitsu, just saying. But no. I'm good. I'm not gonna. I don't think so.
Watch this space. And just lastly, I wanted to ask, you talked about sort of like blasting the music on the way to the arena, but when it came down to your hands being wrapped and walking out towards the cage, what's going through your mind at that point? Could you take it all in? Are you feeling nostalgic? What are the thoughts and emotions?
Oh, I was loving it. I was thinking I'm the best in the fucking world at this. And that I'm meant for moments like these. I was raised for moments like these, and this is what I do better than anybody else, these high pressure situations. And yeah, I just felt like I was doing exactly what I was meant to be doing. And it was a really amazing feeling to have again, and I was just trying to absorb it and take it in for once. And I'm so glad that I did this, but I'm also ready to move on now, and now without any doubts. Now I can move on and know that this is the right time, and I'm just so ready for what's next.
Just right here, Ronda. Since you left the octagon 10 years ago, we didn't saw any woman in MMA getting close from you in terms of hype and greatness. I want to tell, from your words, do you know why there is such difference between you and other women athletes in MMA? And if you got an advice for the future MMA star, rising star?
I would say you have to promote as hard as you train. And not just the women, but a lot of the men, like a lot of the men, most of them. I think they just want to be able to show up and fight. And I understand that, but this is not the Olympics. You don't get to just show up and do your job and go home. Your job is to get people to watch you fight. And I think promotion is a form of storytelling, and you have to figure out what is the story that the combination and me and this other person tell, and figuring out how you're going to convey that to other people and make it resonate with them. And like this fight was so unique because of how much love and respect I have for Gina, and I couldn't tell a generic, fuck you bitch kind of a story with her. And so you have to think, you have to think of what is the matchup of me and this other person bring to the table that's entirely unique, and get people to hook on to that. And I think that a lot of them don't put any thought into stuff people are going to ask you a lot of the time. If somebody says something about you, that someone's going to ask you about what that person said. So you're like, okay, let me be prepared for that. Let me have in mind what I'm going to say. Other people ask me, friends and stuff ask me stuff that what do you think about what so and so said? I'm practicing on them. I'm like, well, fuck them because this and that, or whatever. Travis heard me say cleft lip Lincoln several times in the kitchen before I said it. But yeah, I think you have to prepare for those moments and prioritize that. And I think a lot of people just look at press and promotion as if it's something that's inconveniencing them instead of something that really is the majority of your job.
Last one for me. At the second, the official weigh-ins, we saw you switch in fighting mode as in back in the days when you walk out as well. Wasn't not so difficult to switch in fighting mode with all this good energy all this week with Gina?
Oh hell no! Like the flipping the switch is like one of the best thing, like one of my best attributes, and yeah, I don't need to hate somebody to give them the best that I have, but yeah, my mom used to make me actually go to sleep between matches at judo tournaments. And she would wake me up from a dead sleep and be like, okay, you have to go. And I would wake up from a dead sleep and then I would go and fucking try and beat the shit out of somebody. And she would famously jump on me while I was dead asleep and try to armbar me in my sleep. And she just taught me, you know, not only is she a world champion in judo, she also has a PhD in like educational psychology. So she knew just how to fuck with me to get those kind of responses. So I've literally been like trained and conditioned my whole life to be able to flip a switch and go from like having a good time to, you know, kill mode.
Hey, Ronda, right here. Gabriel Gonzalez, Cage Side Press. History in the UFC for MMA, history in the WWE. Now you talk about, I'm going to go ahead and just, you know, grow my family. When you step away, you tend to be very private, and I wonder, like, you know, you've obviously made all this history, you get these big platforms, and you're very good at being, you know, a public figure and promoting and everything. At home, do you ever just miss it? Is it ever just like, you know, the noise, the crowd, the attention? Like, how does Ronda Rousey get up every day and not have these big goals to kind of motivate her?
Well, I have goals. I do have big goals, but they're not always, you know, for the public and other people to see. And yeah, I mean, like fame and all that kind of stuff is a hustle. I don't like enjoy making social posts every day. The collab button is the best fucking thing that ever happened to me. I'm like, collab. I ain't doing shit. Cause it's work and you have to put thought into it and stuff like that. And so people are like, where are you? Where have you been? I'm like, I just don't feel like posting on social media. I'm not going to go out of my way to like give interviews if I don't have something to promote, you know? And so, yeah, I mean, being in the spotlight was never like a goal. It was like a tool to help me accomplish my goals. And so like it's fun, but it's not like, it's just so much more fulfilling for me to be, you know, with my family and spending time with them and being a mom and all this stuff. And I don't feel like I have to be witnessed to be validated.
So there's no like, you know, if Ronda Rousey doesn't compete again, you know, years down the line, you're not going to feel like, oh, like, what do? I need to be the first, you know, woman to do this now, first woman to do that. There's none of that like eats at you when you're just at the house.
No, in fact, I think I'm like at the perfect level of famous right now. I don't want to like get like above that anymore. I'm like right at where like I get to like go to the grocery store again, but they take it easy on me when I get like pulled over by the cops. So I'm really happy with where I'm at, and I've firsted pretty hard. I'm not really like. I think I'm pretty satiated when it comes to that. Like, because after a while, it's like, when are you going to be impressed enough with yourself? And achievement hoarding is, I think, a little bit of an issue just in our whole family. But I also have other things in my life that are giving me fulfillment now. I think when I was a bachelorette before, I kind of always needed that to like, I don't know, fill some kind of hole in my soul, but. Now my hole's filled. Oh man. That was my husband laughing the loudest in the back right there. I had to find him like, yeah, yeah, you. Anyway, on that note,
Ronda, Alex Buena with MMA Mania. Most MMA fighters don't get to retire on a win, and then considering what happened in the UFC and you coming back and ending your career on a win, what does that mean to you?
Man, I mean, this was just the best experience to walk away on, and yeah. It couldn't have been better. Like the whole build, my opponent Gina, and it was just like it was just kind of like a feel good experience all the way around. It was a feel good story. It wasn't like every time I had to come to a press conference, I'm like, oh, I gotta fucking talk about this bitch and and be in front of this fucking cunt and all of this stuff, and like I'm helping out this bitch, and like it was like, oh well, I'm actually helping out someone that I really love and care about and enjoy spending time with, and we have like great chemistry and stuff like that, and it was great, and it was like, and she knows how to like dress and present herself, so every press conference it was just like a fucking runway. We're like, well, who's gonna we're just getting progressively hotter, so let's just yeah. It was really fun. It was like playing dress up at the same time, and like promoting, having fun with it, and taking like everything I learned from pro wrestling and bringing it back into MMA promotion was really fun. And cutting some fucking promos and going out and in like my hometown and having a match like that. Man, it can't get any better than that. I've peaked and I'm walking away. Thank you. Thank you, guys.
When was the last time you got pulled over and got out of the ticket because you were Ronda Rousey?
Actually, last time I pulled over, I got a ticket because Jessamine Duke. I got pulled over because there was something going wrong with my car, and I usually have tinted windows in a higher car, and I was on my fucking phone. I was actually talking to Trav, and then I was like, da-da-da-da-da. I look over, the cop's looking right at me. I'm like, oh, fuck. And so then he made me pull over, and then he pulled over, and then another cop car pulled over. I'm like, oh, this is good or bad? I know. And then I get over, and he's like, hey, do you know Jessamine Duke? I came to the call one time that she got in a fight with a bunch of people, and she got hit with a baseball bat and all this shit. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm great friends with Jessamine Duke. He's like, okay, cool. Stay off your phone. I'm like, cool. So yeah, that was because of Jessamine. So thank you, J Duke, for getting me out of that. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.